What's up, guys? Ghost Castle here with OFIDYAN, here to talk about level viability, assuming items and map hazards are both turned off.
First up, we've got the Rival Arena. It's a small stage, no platforms, and it's flat. So all you have to worry about is the walls. I think it's really good for combo heavy characters, not so good for zoners.
Not so good for zoners because, I mean, most of their stuff knocks away, and great, you knock them away 2 feet, they'll be back there in a second, especially if they're mobile.
Yeah. Next up, Dojo, small. How do you feel about it?
Dojo's pretty good. Dojo's a transitionary stage. Starts off with walls. Again, same kind of issues. This one also has a ceiling, so it's a little different than Rival Arena. But the big difference comes from when it transitions and becomes a wallless stage.
Yeah, invisible walls is actually kind of good for zoners because most of moves that people that zone or shoot, they hit the opponent away so they can continue those hits because the opponent goes into a flipping state where you can just jump up and you know, do as much as you want, basically.
Fearless is a great level too. Similar to Dojo's wallless state, when it starts up, it's just a flat platform with invisible walls, a little bit bigger, but the real appeal of this stage comes from once the stage transitions, I think.
Yeah, when it transitions, you get to deal with these rafters on the left and then this wall on the right that will stun you if you get hit into it. It doesn't actually stun when you walk up to it, but when somebody hits you into it, you can get stunned, or the walls on the rafters on the other side basically make it, you know, good for setups.
Sandover Village is a great stage too. At first didn't like it very much, thought the water was kind of going to be an issue, but we found out if you stay there for longer than like 6 seconds, you'll get teleported up to the top. It acts as if you just fell off the stage completely. Platforms are good, it's you know,
it's decent stage, yeah.
Decent stage, play on it, even though you might not like it at first.
San Fran, it's medium, even though it may seem kind of small, it's medium. Once that truck leaves, there's only a platform on the left, whereas you've got 2 platforms on the right. You feel like it's pretty good for zoners?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Another invisible wall on the right side, which is great for them, and half invisible wall on the left side, so it's a pretty good stage overall, I think. Yeah. Columbia is also a great stage. Here we have a counterbalanced platforms that are asymmetrical, which is really nice. Also, the slope in the middle is very interesting because if you're a combo heavy person, you may be able to be safe and use that as a little bit of a wall, so they have to at least come to the middle of the stage to attack you.
Yeah, I like Columbia a lot for all characters. Time Station I don't like as much because I'm kind of combo heavy, and the platforms really mess me up because when I hit people up, they're able to land on the platform and that makes the combo drop. Plus the stage shakes sometimes, but it seems like they've fixed that as of recently. It used to cause some lag. I haven't seen it lately.
Yeah, viable, but not our favorite. Hades, however, is very interesting because it's one of the few stages that has little valleys at the edges of the stages. Normally it's the center that's lower. And this is nice because people that try to zone you out, you may be able to just block it by being in that lower corner and forcing them to approach you. And also, if you're a zoner, there's platforms for you to try to snipe from.
Yeah, and Metropolis is similar to Hades because of the symmetricalness of it. I mean, it's very plain.
Yeah,
and
very
nice.
plain, very easy open. Interestingly, those green bars are actually not true walls. Characters can't go through them, but projectiles can. So if you're hoping to throw a grenade or a bale to make it bounce off that, won't work.
Invasion is pretty good for a team stage, but 1v1, I feel like you kind of get a circular problem in the middle with a way that somebody can run away using those platforms.
Yeah, definitely. It's like you said, it's very good for teams because it's big enough and you can kind of fight in separate sections, but 1 versus 1, I feel like someone can get a kill and just run the whole time.
Yeah, makes it a little tougher.
Alden's Tower is really interesting, though. I like it because it has that AP thing in the middle, which some people may be controversial about, but you know, it can really become a strategic thing. If I stand there and it gets ready to explode, knock them away, you get the AP for yourself.
Yeah, just steal the AP from someone standing on it, you know, just hit them away before it explodes. It's got an invisible wall on the left. I like it.
Black Rock Stadium is definitely, it's a medium stage, surprisingly, due to its horizontal width, but it is very open, and the column in the middle kind of creates an interesting thing because it sections it off in an interesting way that most other stages don't do.
Yeah, I really like this stage for teams. I feel like 2 fights can go on the left and right side, and it's very comfortable.
I love stowaways. It's one of my favorites. Those crates have AP in them, and they can be destroyed, so it's even more open, but that's not very open in the beginning. It's obviously small. Once it does start blowing up and the plane starts to crash or light on fire or whatever it's doing, the stage transitions and opens up.
It's complete opposite, yeah. It could totally shift the match from what was going on at the very beginning.
Again, crates that can be broken open for AP, and just a wide open stage, nice and long. I like that. Not too much verticalness going on.
Yeah. Another large stage is Paris. It's from Sly Cooper. The platforms in this, even though there's quite a few of them, they don't seem to bother me because of their height, and I feel like it's really good for teams. I like playing it 1v1 as well.
Yeah, I'm not really partial to it either way. It's fine. Yeah. But I never go there like, yeah.
Franzia, man, I hate the theme of this stage. I just can't help looking at flowers and feeling like I might be a little fruity myself.
It's interesting too. We didn't like it at first too because of the water, but playing on it's really not that bad. I feel like
it's really not. Yeah, it's large. So
we thought there was going to be issues. There's issues when the map hazards are on, but off it's fine.
Yeah, the ceilings are actually a lot higher than you think. On Dreamscape, I don't like it, even though I feel like it could be viable. I just don't like the middle plant thing, and I don't like the edges and stuff because it can even mess up zoners. Like combos get messed up for melee type people, but zoners get messed up too from that tree thing. So it's just not that great.
Yeah, but still viable.
Still viable, yeah. If that's what you like, I feel like you should be able to counterpick with that.
Yeah, and I feel like too that stage might be interesting because, I mean, if you're knowing someone is not very good there, like you can pressure them to come towards you by either hiding in that lower corner or by staying up on that platform where projectiles kind of have issues, like on the plant section. Yeah. There's just a lot of spots you can stand and kind of bait your opponent into coming, so it's interesting. Every stage really is viable, I think, don't you?
Yeah, I feel like every stage is viable. I mean, I think we should make another video on the practice stages because there is a practice stage where the platforms are so close together that it can really cause a lot of glitches, like Paraba's glitch whenever he takes his boombox out to build a lot more AP or just get AP. We've seen glitches where like thousands of amounts of AP comes out. He can build level 3 like in an instant. It messes up some other characters too. So also practice stages, you can't do random and get a practice stage, so that kind of is a problem.
Yeah. Again, we all have personal preferences. Some of the stages I don't particularly like playing on, but I don't see any real reason that they wouldn't be viable. The only stages that we ever really questioned as to their viability was some that have like random AP throwing out or ones with water, but the water ones aren't even that bad because the game punishes, even if you try to like stay in the water and jump out and because you're not technically in it, the game says, nope, you're going up top, you're being stunned, and hopefully if the person can get up there, they get a free kill.
Right. In Franzia, you can only stay in the water for 6 seconds. Yeah. And then in Jack and Daxter's level, it's about 10, and then you could get a free kill for doing that type of thing.
And especially like in Franzia, that's fine. The water thing, because the water section is so small that no matter where they are in the water that they go up, they always seem to go up on the left side of the stage and be stunned there. So you know where they're going to be, and they're fairly easily accessible. Whereas Jack and Daxter, if you try to go down there to get them like while they're just swimming around, they go back up to the top near the warp portal thing, and so it may be a little bit of time until you get up there, and they might be out of stun by then. So that could be an issue. That might be just a timing thing.
And Jack and Daxter's has the same thing as Invasion, where you can kind of do a runaway game in a loop. But we kind of tested that out, and most characters, if you make the right movements, you can make that not really as much of a problem.
Right. I mean, all in all, each stage has its own personal flavor from the game and has a reason to be in the game. And those two stages are alike, which even stages like Dojo and Rival Arena that are pretty much the same distance across and the same thing have little differences like a ceiling and then a transition. So test them out, find your favorites, make sure you know how to use those stages, and because remember, stages are just as much of the game as the character you play. I mean, picking a stage could make or break. You could be the best whoever in the world, but if you can't pick a right stage, you're out of luck. So
yeah, be sure to tell us what you think, guys. If there's a stage that you feel like is definitely not viable as of the latest patches, be sure to let us know, and we'll try to take that into consideration and look at it too. But we've got some tournaments coming up in the next few weekends, and they've been asking us stuff about that, so we're just safe to say that pretty much every stage is viable except for the practice stages as of right now.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for watching All Stars Arena HD, guys. This is Ghost Castle
and OFIDYAN.
Thanks for watching. See you soon.